And the recording is back. That way, I can break my episodes up without having to stop the actual stream. Now, as for the mansion. The way the mansions work is, you go through them until you find a guy that's selling an oak stake, which I already bought in a previous mansion, so I don't have to get a new one in this one. But if I didn't have that oak stake, I would have to buy one. But you stick that oak stake in an orb, and the orb drops the Dracula part you need. Well, I just recorded a new Drunk Metroid video earlier today, so if that tells you anything, it tells you that I still haven't finished. But I thought it would be responsible of me to try finishing Castlevania first. Ah! Blocks! What the hell? Well, I can honestly say I didn't expect those blocks to fall on my head. That was a new one. Oh yes, there are always more epic adventures to be had. Watch me traverse space and get killed repeatedly. Right now, in my drunk Super Metroid practice, I am stuck at trying to beat Ridley. Frickin' Ridley, man. Since I was doing a speed run, I don't have nearly enough health and missiles to be beating Ridley. As you can expect, it's a bit of a problem. I was never good at beating Ridley on the best of days. Yeesh. Ah! So, this is the creepy little troll that usually sells me an oak stake. But I already have one, so I didn't need to deal with him. Oh, I can highly recommend the Metroid games. They're really fun. If you like exploratory kind of platformer games. If not, then, you know. Okay. It's a giant slime. Now, I should specify something very important about this game. It has bosses. The original Castlevania 2 only had 2 bosses. This revamp has considerably more. And some of them will kick your ass. But hopefully, this will not be one of them. Yep, that was pretty easy. I ain't gonna complain. And then throw the oak stake at the orb. I now possess Dracula's nail. Yeah, definitely pick him up. So I've got Dracula's Nail, and what Dracula's Nail does is it lets you destroy blocks with your whip. Like where before you could only destroy blocks with your whatchamacallit. It might also double your attack power, but I can't remember for sure. I don't think it doubles your attack power. I think the ring does that. But anyway, back to what we were talking about before. Yeah, NES and SNES, all very good systems. Can't talk them up enough. They're what I grew up with. Now, this would normally be the part where I would go back and pick up another oak stake in this mansion so that I don't have to get one in the next mansion. But it's been my experience that in every single mansion so far, I've wound up going all over the place anyway. So now, I'm going to go back and save again. Because, again, if I die, I'm just double, triple screwed. Oh yeah, the power cable for it burned out. I begged my parents to get me Super Metroid, like, for the entire year, and I was so looking forward to it, and they never said anything, and I didn't know whether I was gonna get it, and then for my birthday, I got Super Metroid, and, like, the day before was Christmas, because I was born the day after Christmas, and it was like, ah, man, I didn't get Super Metroid. But then, on my birthday, I got Super Metroid, and I was like, yeah! And I plugged that bad boy in, and I was having the time of my life, and my power cord screwed up. And it was like a month and a half before I got a new power cord. So, I can totally relate to your story about the power cord. Here's one of those weird idiosyncrasies of Castlevania 2. Ducking by a lake or a cliff with a gem until it does something. No one knows why they did that. But, wait a minute. Ah. I have a white orb in my pocket. It will allow me to see. X1 eating your disc. I feel like I should get that reference. And I will ask you more about it as soon as I dodge these skulls. And now it's nighttime again, yay. I should specify that I've never owned any Xboxes at all. Because, like, when the Xbox came out, they had games that I didn't really care whether or not I ever played. And most of them have come out from, like, Steam and stuff since then. Oh, yeah. It sounds like someone stuck a thumbtack in the disk drive. But yeah, I never actually had an Xbox myself or any of the systems, but not because I don't like it, but just because I have like a high-end gaming PC and always have, and I can get Xbox games for my PC. Now, this is going to be a pain in the ass, getting across this swamp. Yeah, the policy they tried to do for the X-Bone was, like, really bad, but I can understand why they did it, kind of. Let's see if there's a town over here. The problem with Xbox is that they're run by Microsoft, and lately, while I love Microsoft's products and OSs, they have this annoying habit of, like they want to be in on the latest thing, and at the time the latest thing was like, well, let's make everything online, whether you want it or not. Okay, now I can hop down here and I can get to a save point, but then I will have to walk all the way back around through the game to get back to where I was. So don't want to do that. Yeah, Steam kind of does its own thing. I'm not sure that I can make it through here, because I've got nowhere that I can heal up or save. So if I go in here, I'm gonna wind up dying because I've got like no hit points and I've only got 1 life after this, so I definitely need to wait until morning. Might as well grind for hearts while I'm at it. That's not the way to do it. Yeah. 'Tis a treacherous swamp indeed. I'm just gonna have to... Oh, there we go. Alright, now I can hop in here. Now, this might be a disaster. I need to make very liberal use of my sub-weapons, which in the old NES version, you hardly ever used them until the final boss. Oh, I should also equip my good stuff. The eyeball isn't really good stuff, but I'll equip the nail. Maybe try... Oh, well. Invest in an oak stake. Yes, please. But the music in this game? Because if that's what you're talking about, it is quite awesome. I do love me some Castlevania 2 music. And courting disaster. Ah! Skeletons! Okay. I've got a vague idea where I am. Yeah. I can't lie. It's one of my more favorite old NES themes. It's underrated because it's like one of the less popular Castlevania tunes. I sure do wish I had more health. That'd be the bee's knees. Cat's pajamas. The donkey's dangly teats. Lords of Shadow. Yes, actually I have that and I played it all the way through. I really enjoyed it. It's one of the things that I thought maybe I'd do a stream or an LP of if anybody ever asks for it, but I've got a lot of games to go through before that. I liked Lords of Shadow because it involved Patrick freaking Stewart. Finally. Never played the second one. I have heard that it wasn't as good. I don't know why I don't just die and start this level over again with more health. But now, you're kind of invested in seeing whether or not I can get through it on basically no health, right? Yeah, I do love me some Patrick Stewart. Captain Jean-Luc Picard, USS Enterprise. It will come as something of a huge shock to everyone that I'm a fan of several different Star Trek series. No one would have ever guessed. Oh no, no, no. I want to do this without dying. It'll never happen. But, you know, if it does happen, I'll be like, wow. Like, wow. I like this game and enjoy it enough that I'm very rarely like, screw it, I'm just gonna die and start over. There are lots of games where I am like that. See, I like the original series, the Next Generation and DS9, but I wasn't too keen about Voyager and Enterprise. Although I do recognize the advantages and disadvantages of each series. Damn you, skeleton, die. Okay. Ah, I got impatient. And now I'm back here. And I just took a bone to the face. Now, Enterprise was the name of the most recent series, the one that had Scott Bakula as the captain, Captain Archer. And, you know, like, I thought the problem with that show was not Scott Bakula or any of the actors, because they're all great Scott Bakula. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, like, I thought the problem with that series was just that the writing wasn't as good as, like, the other ones. I thought. But it did have a few good episodes. Wait a minute. How did I get back here again? There was a lot of weirdness, like, but then, like, none of the Star Trek series were good in their first and sometimes even second season. Like, I love The Next Generation, but the first season was just ass. And I don't think that, like DS9, like, that took me several seasons to get into it, but after I started getting into it, like, it was one of my favorites. Maybe I should have gone this way. Yes, I definitely should have gone this way. And there's a boss. There's Camilla. Now, this boss was actually in the original NES version, but, like, it was super easy. It might still be super easy. We'll find out. Yeah, it's about the same. But the graphics are a lot better. Yeah, the Dominion War was awesome. This is where the term bloody tears comes from. Like, this was the first instance of this boss crying bloody tears. And the term became a series staple after that. That! Okay, didn't expect that. Woo! Dracula's Ring. Okay, so, if I'm not mistaken, my whip is doing this right now. When I equip the ring, it does this. But it also uses hearts. Yeah, caught me a little bit off guard too, buddy. But here's the thing. Now I have to get back to a save point, or all of this is going to be for nothing. I may be screwed. Ah! God darn you to heck, you stupid flying arrow things. Well, I just got some laurels for free, I think. I guess I better use them. Might as well. Oh yeah, you know it. But I actually have a plan, and my plan is thus. Since I actually need to go back and get some items that I missed, I will use those extra laurels to go left through the swamp, out the graveyard, and then I will be in an earlier section of the game, where I'll have to walk my way back, but, like, everything is too low level to hurt me. Also, I will never need an oak stake again in the game, but might as well get one. Plus, I think I still have one more life left. It does kind of suck that I'm almost out of hearts now, though. I extend to you this laurel and a hearty handshake. Alright. Be good now. I should unequip that, because it really is eating up all of my hearts. So, now I'm committed. I have to walk all the way back to the left, but at least I can find a save point, in theory. There's the guy that gave me the gem I needed. Something shiny, pure, and white. Got your blue, or your white orb right here, buddy. And I'll try to find some garlic and some laurels. When walking becomes a thing, you have to be committed. Between the sheets. That guy. That guy lives in a town, in an inaccessible location, in a house, below a false floor that can only be destroyed by holy water, and he says something about an eyeball that you may or may not ever get if you're one specific person. That guy is a hero. I'm hoping I can just, like, buy some garlic and laurels on my way back across the land. Eyeballs getting dry. Huge problem. Not as dry as these eyeballs. I mean, look at those. They're shitting taco fire. That's pretty dry. You know what? I'm equipping that. Now this was the first mansion. It was a decent mansion. Good times were had there. Jova Woods. No! I'm gonna start a new episode for this one.